तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन दिल को सुकून देते हैं, दिल को सुकून देते हैं तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन। जब भी देखूं इन नैनों में, जब भी देखूं इन नैनों में बात नहीं कह देते हैं तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन। सागर से गहरे नैन तेरे ओ बाबा, जो भी देखे इनमें वही खो जाता। सागर से गहरे नैन तेरे ओ बाबा, जो भी देखे इनमें वही खो जाता। अनमोल खजाने पाता इस सागर में जो डूब जाते, इस सागर में जो डूब जाते पार वही हो जाते नैन तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन, तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Welcome home, sweet home, Madhuban home. Nice, nice home, beautiful home, my home. Or you would say, my Madhuban, my home. In this sweet home, today we are hearing Baba's Murli. You can also be there. Where are we all? The whole world is invited to this sweet home. And when I say sweet home, the feelings of your happy heart or your heartbeat is also being heard when you hear Brother David's flute play. There is a flute player, musical player, and we hear now very sweet, beautiful flute of the magician. Baba's magic and magic flute. Today's Murli. Om Shanti. Sweet children, you have received all the goods that the Father has. Baba's stock, whatever Baba has, the goods to deliver, that belongs to us. Imbibe them and inspire others to do the same. Question. What does the Trikaldarshi Father not tell you today anything about tomorrow? He makes us the knower of the three aspects of time. He gives us the knowledge of the beginning, middle and the end. But he says, what does the Trikaldarshi Father not tell you today anything about tomorrow? Even though he knows the beginning, the middle and the end of the drama. Why he is not telling? He says, I don't have any secret. I tell you everything. And yet he says, I won't tell you. He's our protector. He knows it. He says, Baba says, children, if I told you everything in advance, there would be no player in drama then. Let drama reveal itself. The joy of drama is only when it is revealed automatically. Although I know everything, I am still bound by the drama. Isn't it amazing? The liberator of all, who cuts the bondage of everyone, is in the bondage of drama. I cannot tell you anything in advance. I cannot tell you anything in advance, and you must therefore not worry about what will happen. Why we should not worry? Because we know that everything, whatever is in drama, is beneficial. Song. To live in your lane and to die in your lane. I have come to live in your lane and die in your lane. Om Shanti. That one is the Parlokik Father of all souls. He speaks to souls. He has the practice of saying, child, child, bachche, bachche. Although a body may be that of a daughter, all souls are sons. Means they claim the inheritance, heir children. Each soul is an heir. That is, every soul has a right to claim the inheritance. The father comes and says, children, each of you has a right to claim the inheritance. Remember the unlimited Father a great deal. Remember the unlimited Father. It is this that requires effort. Baba has come from the Supreme Abode to teach us. Sages and holy men come from their own homes and some of them from villages. The Father has come from the Supreme Abode to teach us. No one knows about this. The unlimited Father is the purifier. God the Father. He is also called the ocean of knowledge. He is called the authority too. What knowledge does he have? He has the spiritual knowledge. The Father is the seed of the human world tree. He is the truth, the sentient being, and the embodiment of bliss. Truth. In Hindi, in Sanskrit, it is called Sat Chit Anand. Satchidanand is truth. The sentient being, living being, and the embodiment of bliss. There is great praise of him. He has these goods, what is called, when you have a shop, you have a lot of material, lot of things to give. So he has these goods. Someone, he has a shop, he would say that he has this many varieties. In Hindi it is called goods, means mal. Mal means variety things to distribute, to give. The Father too says, I am the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of peace, and the ocean of bliss. I have all of these goods in stock. I come at the confluence age to deliver them. I deliver everything that I have to deliver. I come to deliver. What he has? He has wisdom, he has love, he has purity, he has happiness, he has benevolence, he has good wishes, he has blessings, so many goods, no? Yes, as I have come to deliver you. And I have to deliver because he wants to make us very rich. Right? Whatever property he has, it's our birthright. I come at the confluence age to deliver them. However, it depends on each one of you how much you imbibe and how much effort you make. You children understand that the Father has what the Father has, and you understand this accurately, what the Father has, that we also have it, because He has given us already. But He is in reality the bestower, the giver. And we receive it. How much we distribute, how much we imbibe, that makes us number wise. Nowadays, no one, you children understand what the Father has, and you understand this accurately. Nowadays, no one admits exactly what he has. It is remembered, some people wealth remained buried under the ground. Someone stolen by thief. Someone is taken by the government. Someone is burnt in the fire. Those who use in godly task becomes worthwhile. And they do not realize that what they have, that has to be delivered and given. This is someone's buried remain under the ground or buried, burnt. All of that refers to this time, because it is supposed to be delivered, but it is not given. They do not donate, they do not make it worthwhile. When the fire breaks out, everything will be destroyed. Kings have many strong rooms in their palaces. Even if there are earthquakes or very intense fires, they would still be able to survive all of them. You can understand that nothing here will be useful there. Whatever we have here, people have here, that will not be useful there. What will be useful there? What Baba has given us already, and we imbibe in ourselves. Because we are imperishable, our property is imperishable. So Baba says, even all the minds will become full again. Even there are quotes or everything in Acha. Even all the minds will become full again. Science will also become refined and be useful to you. You children have all the knowledge in your intellects. You children now know the beginning, the middle and the end of the world. There's only a small amount remaining, means short time remaining. At the end, we will also come to know that time is short, the world has to be changed. How could Baba tell you everything in advance? The Father says, I too am bound by the drama. Whatever knowledge you have received up to now is fixed in the drama. You have to understand that every second that passes is in the drama. We shall see tomorrow what will happen tomorrow. We shall see tomorrow what will happen tomorrow. Baba will not tell you today what is to happen to tomorrow. People don't understand the secrets of this drama. They have lengthened the duration of the cycle so much. Millions of years. 4,032,000 years Iron Age, double of that Silver Age, Copper Age, double of Copper Age, Silver Age, Iron Age. It means millions of years, the duration of the cycle. Baba says, they have lengthened the duration of drama, the cycle so much. What is needed to understand drama? To face drama? To see drama? Courage is needed to understand this drama. To believe that everything is beneficial. Even the disaster is taking place and we say it is beneficial. Externally, doesn't look beneficial. So courage is needed to understand this drama. Because there are many everyday incidents which doesn't feel benevolent, but they are secret. Full of secret is because benevolence is filled in it. So drama, Baba says, courage is needed. Even if your mother dies, eat halwa. Means, is it that we should cook halwa and eat? If it is thirsty, it's okay. We can make halwa, bhog, and then we eat. But meaning behind is, what Baba wants to say, become detached and become strong, powerful. And first time when Baba used this, Amma mare halwa khao, Bibi mare halwa khao. Your mother dies, eat halwa. Your wife dies, eat halwa. Yashoda Maiya left body in Bombay. Baba's Lokik, Yugal. Nirmal Shanta Dadi is Baba's daughter. And Baba's Lokik Yugal means worldly way in relationship, Bibi. So Baba says, Bachi, Amma mare halwa khao, Bibi mare halwa khao. Means remain powerful, remain detached. And then one sister from Jaipur had come to Delhi, Shantaben. Her mother had left the body. And that day in Delhi, we had cooked halwa. So she came by plane, she ate bhog, and then went to the funeral. And she wrote, Baba, I have followed your instruction 100%. My mother died and I eat halwa. So Baba mentioned, and after some time Murli, the daughter said that my mother died and I ate halwa. So even if your mother dies, eat halwa. We understand that she has died and taken another birth. Why should we cry? Baba has explained, you can print in the newspaper that this exhibition took place on this date, at this time, in the same way, 5,000 years ago. It happened before 5,000 years ago as well. You can write that the history and geography of the world is now being repeated. You understand that this world only lasts for a few more days and that everything will be destroyed. We will make effort and become conquerors of sinful actions. The period of Vikarma Jeet, the period of Raja Vikram, Vikaram and Vikarma. Vikarm means vicious action and Vikram means powerful. So the golden age is you become powerful to conquer your Vikarm, vicious action, and you are conqueror, victorious. Then from the copper age, Raja Vikramaditya, Aditya of Vikarma, but he was also Vikaram, and Baba says then you start doing from the copper age sinful action. So this is, one is Vikarma Jeet, other is Vikramaditya, the son of the time, the era of sinful actions begins. The period of sinful actions begins in the copper age. That is the period when sinful actions are performed, means copper age. Vikrami Sambat. At this time you are conquering sinful actions. So you will become conquerors of all sinful actions. So you become Raja Vikram, powerful soul who conquers sinful actions. You conquer sinful actions by following Shrimad, and you will then become conquerors of sinful actions. See, the two things. The same word, Vikram. Vikaram. It's only pronunciation difference. Vikram, Vikaram. Right? It is just like the meaning changes if you just change the comma or the way of speaking. In Hindi, it is said, चोर भागा रोको मत जाने दो चोर भागा रोको मत जाने दो the thief is running away stop don't let him go. This is translation of Hindi. And the other way, चोर भागा रोको मत जाने दो चोर भागा रोको मत जाने दो. The thief is running away, don't stop him. So meaning will change, spelling in Hindi, speaking is the same. It is me, the tone you speak, the pause you make. So in the same way, Baba says, it is the same word Vikaram, Jeet, or the time of sinful actions begin. So you become conqueror of sinful actions, and from copper age sinful actions begins. The conqueror of sinful action by following Shrimat, and you will then become conquerors of sinful actions. You conquer sinful action by following Shrimat, and you will then be there. You remain soul conscious. There no body consciousness there. So in order to remain conqueror of sins means no body consciousness. There is body consciousness in the Iron Age. At the Conference Age you become soul conscious. So you are becoming conqueror of sins. You are now, also know the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. This is pure pride. We are conqueror of sinful actions. We know who makes us free from sins and what we become. So this is a pure pride. Shuddha Abhiman, pure pride. So Baba says, you Brahmins are the most elevated. You are the most elevated decoration of Brahmin clan. Only you receive this knowledge. No one else receives it. This is your most elevated clan. It is remembered. Ask the children of Gopi Ballabh. Ask the children of the Gop and Gopis. Now ask the children of the Gopi Ballabh father. But ask whom? The Gops and Gopis. They are children of God. Ask the children of Gopi Ballabh about sin, super sensuous joy. Next point. You are now winning a lottery. Today Baba said you got diamond key in lottery. And again Baba is saying you are winning a lottery. After you have received something, after you have received something, there isn't as much happiness. But when you get a lottery, it's a sudden achievement. So there is happiness. When someone becomes wealthy from poor, there is a great happiness. You know that more effort you make, the more of your inheritance of the kingdom you will receive. You claim the inheritance from the Father. Each of you receive it according to the effort you make. The main thing is that the Father says, remember your most beloved Father. The most important thing, remember the most beloved Father. He is everyone's beloved Father. He alone comes and gives everyone happiness and peace. The kingdom of deities is now being established. There is no kings or queens there. You would call them emperor and empresses. Means kings and queens are from kingdom of Ram. Ram Raja, Rani. Ram is Raja Ram. And Shri Krishna, Prince. Narayan Maharaja. That's why emperor. So golden age is the kingdom of the emperorship, and silver age the kingdom of kingship. Kings and queens are the subjects. Yeah, there are if they were to be called gods and Acha, Baba says, there are no kings and queens. There you would call them emperor and empresses. If they were to be called gods and goddesses, that would apply to the kings. The deities are also known as gods and goddesses, but in fact they are kings and queens. And all the subjects of all them would become gods and goddesses then. Even the golden aged subjects is known as godly family and gods and goddesses. But in fact, Baba says, they cannot be called god and goddesses. This creates confusion. So they should be called, a kingdom is being established, it is called kings and subjects. But if you call them gods and goddesses, then confusion is that God is only one. God is only one, then how can be there are so many gods and goddesses? God is one. Human beings cannot be called God. Even the resident of the subtle regions, Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar are called deities, not gods. Golden aged kings are called kings and emperors. Angels are called gods and goddesses, subtle region angels. And God is only one. The highest of all is the incorporeal world. How could the residents of the corporeal world be called gods and goddesses? The highest of all is the incorporeal. It lives in the incorporeal world. Then there is the subtle region, and then this is the third number. The soul world, highest floor, then the second floor, and then this world. This should remain in your intellects. The father of all of us is Shiv Baba. He is also the teacher and the Satguru. He is also the goldsmith, the barrister, etc. What does it mean? He is goldsmith because he removes our alloy. That's why he is goldsmith. And he liberates us from the sin bondage of Raman. He is barrister. He's in this way is a liberator, makes us free from our karmic bondages. Why should you forget such a father? He gives you advice how you make free. Advisor, barrister. And he is purifier. How can you forget him? Why do you say, Baba, Baba, I forget you? So if you remember the task Baba performs, and if you remember the gifts he gives, the goods he gives to make you good, you will never forget him. He is also the teacher and guru. He is the goldsmith, the barrister. He has everyone released from Raman's jail. Shiv Baba is such a great barrister. Why should you forget such a father? Why do you say, Baba, I forget you? There are many storms of Maya. Baba says this will happen. You have to make some effort. What is the joy otherwise if you don't actually conquer this thing? This is a battle of Maya. You Pandavas do not have a battle with the Kauravas. How could the Pandavas battle? Pandavas do not fight. In that case, that would be violence. Pandavas do not commit violence. You are non-violent embodiment, the power of silence. How can you fight and kill anyone? That would be violent. The father does not teach violence. He teaches silence. His language is also silence. They don't understand anything. Those who write scriptures do not understand anything. In fact, we don't have a battle. In other words, we don't actually really, it is not a battlefield, it's a game, it's a play. Baba is just showing us a way to remember him so that won't be any attack, so that there won't be any attack from Maya. Now there is a story about someone being asked whether he wanted happiness or sorrow first. He said that he wanted happiness first. There cannot be any sorrow in the golden age. This is a story that in a neighborhood, two people were living just opposite each other in a neighborhood. And one mother was very merciful. She used to give every day a cow nice water, good water to drink and eat something. The other woman did not like this. She would hit the cow and let him go. One day it was rainy day or what was happening, this other mother did not come. This poor woman who had every day come to hit the cow, she said, oh, today she did not have the water. Okay, I can give the water. And so she gave one day good task. Both died. Now, this woman's one day good action was in the register of Dharmaraj. And the other woman's, the whole life was in the register of Dharmaraj. And that was paradise to live whole life. And this one woman, the one other woman, had one day to live in paradise. Rest of the life in hell. Both went and they were asked, where do you want to go first? Your whole life is in hell. One day is in heaven. She says, why should not I enjoy heaven first? So she went in heaven. The demons of hell could not enter heaven. And so she lived all the time in heaven. So meaning is, this is encouragement from devotion that even if you do one good action with good intention, every life she did bad intention, but she had one day good invention. She got the good karmic account. So perform elevated action even one day in your life. The reward will be available. So this is the story that Baba speaks about. So he said that he wanted happiness first. There cannot be any golden sorrow in the there cannot be any sorrow in the golden age. You know that all the Sita's souls are in Raman's cottage of sorrow at this time. The whole of this world is an island and in the middle of the ocean. The whole world is Lanka. Everyone is now in Raman's jail. The Father has come to grant everyone salvation. Everyone is in the cottage of sorrow. There is happiness in heaven and sorrow in hell. This is called the cottage of sorrow. Hell is called the cottage of sorrow. That is the land of the golden age, the land of free from sorrow, known as heaven, paradise, Swarg, Bahisht. There is such a vast difference. Children, now again Baba, after giving some karma philosophy, after reminding what we have to do, once again, because he has the habit of saying, child, child, Children, try to remember the Father, and your mercury of happiness will then rise. If you don't follow the Father's advice, then you are stepchildren. You don't claim the inheritance. You will end up amongst the subjects. Still you are stepchildren, but you don't claim the inheritance. Becomes the subjects. Those who are real children will go into the kingdom. If you wish to go into the kingdom, you have to follow Shrimat. If you wish to go into the kingdom, you have to follow Shrimat. You don't receive directions from Krishna. If you wish to go into kingdom, you are now receiving Shrimat, and you receive the reward of that in the golden age. Then in the copper age, you receive Raman's direction. Everyone becomes a devil by following Raman's directions. You are now receiving God's directions. Only the one Father gives you children directions, and He is God, the Almighty Authority. It is His directions are powerful directions, direct directions. Remember me alone. You are becoming so pure by following these directions. You are becoming so pure by following God's directions. And what is sin? Then you follow direction, you become divine being. And then you flounder. First sin is to flounder in the ocean of poison. You swim, you drown in the ocean of poison. Gote khana, it is me. You are so, you don't have your sense, you don't have a control then, when you are vicious influence. Deities do not flounder in the ocean of poison. People ask, aren't their children be born there? Here people indulge in vices, and then they are drowned in that. That's called indulgence in vices is floundering in sin. And then say that, but will there not be the children born there? Why would not be children born there? Definitely there be children. Because kingdom continues, population increases. However, that is the viceless world, pure world. It is completely viceless. Children are also there, but purity is the power. So their impurities does not exist. But what it is Baba giving at this time, the power of purity. Where there is purity, there is everything is achieved and possible. The Father has explained that deities are only soul conscious. That is their viceless world. It's completely viceless. These vices do not exist there. The Father has explained that the deities are only soul conscious, not God conscious. You are soul conscious and also God conscious. At first you had no consciousness of either soul or God. You were not there soul conscious nor God conscious. In the golden age you don't know God. You only know that you are souls. That you souls will shed your old bodies and take new ones. You understand in advance when you are going to shed your old bodies and take a new one. So you are like living body willingly. You take body livingly, you shed off body willingly, with your own will. So, even when you are to have a child, you will have a vision of that in advance. You children understand You children are able to conquer vices. You are understanding soul conscious, what soul consciousness is. Everyone becomes, okay, Baba says that you are becoming soul conscious. In golden age, you don't know God. You only know that you are souls and that you souls will leave one body and take the another one. Even when you have child, you will have a vision of that in advance. You become the masters of the whole world through the power of yoga. However, you forget to stay in remembrance. Now you have forgotten again the power of soul. Some develop this practice. You children, so children are not be born through, you become the master of the whole world through the power of yoga. So can children not be born through the power of yoga? You can purify anything with the power of yoga. However, you forget to stay in remembrance. Some develop this practice. This is also actually to understand this body conscious vicious energy is lower level of energy. And purity is refined, pure, divine, subtle. It does not need the gross interaction. And that's why the system of creating children is not gross and not lower level of energy. It's subtle energy, just like now electronics can affect from something from a distance to your inner sense organs. You can heal others or affect others from a distance. There it is the power of purity, but there is not personal interest or personal desire. It's the desire is disease, and desire creates the desire of indulgence and lust. There it is not that desire. There is benevolent consciousness that hand over the kingdom. To just give whatever you have. And the soul who has made effort now comes on this planet to receive that. This is very deep and subtle aspect to understand what is the meaning of power of yoga. To take birth, children take birth with the power of yoga. Some will develop this practice to increase the power of yoga. Next point. Many sannyasis have a lot of regard for the food they receive. At that time they recite many mantras before they eat that food. They purify the elements. You too have been told about precautions. So what you eat, purify it. What you think, have the pure consciousness. What you interact, have pure consciousness. Not the bodily attraction. And when the power of purity becomes very subtle, creation becomes subtle. You mustn't eat, you children, you have been told about precautions. You must not eat meat or drink alcohol. You are becoming deities. Deities never eat rubbish. You have to become as pure as them. The Father says, by knowing me from me, the Father says, by knowing me from me, you come to know everything. Then there will be nothing left for you to know. Know me through me, then nothing will be left to be known. Then this will be also known, how the power of yoga works, how the children are born, how the kingdom is transferred. In the golden age, there will be a different type of education. It is now the end of all studies of this land of death. All the business of the land of death will come to an end, and then the business of the land of immortality will begin. All the activity performance of Iron Age finishes, we children should have this much intoxication. No ritual, no system of the Iron Age exists in the Golden Age. We were the masters of the land of immortality. Children say in supersense, children, stay in supersense with joy. Keep yourself in state of supreme happiness. Supreme happiness. Supersense with joy. We are the children and students of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul will now take us back home. This is called Supreme Bliss. Param Anand. Supreme Bliss. Paramanand. These things do not exist in the Golden Age. God is teaching me, I am child of God, I am claiming inheritance, I will become a divine being. You don't know these things. You are listening this to now. This you are listening now. At this time you belong to God's family. Super sense with joy, which is the gopis and gopis experienced, is mentioned of this time of the confluence age. Baba, the resident of the supreme abode, comes and becomes our father, teacher and guru. All three are servants. He plays these three roles as servants. He does not have any arrogance about this. He says, I serve you and give you everything, and then you go and sit in the land of nirvana. Therefore, he is our servant. Is he not? He comes to serve us. But this is also greatness. Baba gives the example because it's humility. And he gave the example of the British Raj. A viceroy used to write under the signature, your obedient servant. Viceroys always sign their letter, your obedient servant. Baba is also incorporeal and egoless. Look how he sits here and teaches us. No one else can teach us such an elevated study. No one else can give us such elevated points. People don't understand that. It wasn't a guru who taught of this one. It was not Brahma's guru who was teaching this. If he had a guru, that one would then also have been a guru of many other followers. Would there have been a guru of just one person? Only the Father purifies the impure. He is carrying out the establishment of the original eternal deity religion. Baba says, I come at the confluence age of every cycle. You say, Baba, we also met you previous cycle. Only the Father comes and purifies us. Baba says, only the Father comes and purifies you. I purify you, children, not only just for one birth, but for 21 births. So this is the first birth. Therefore, you should imbibe all this and then explain to others whatever Baba explained to you. We are claiming the inheritance of our future for 21 births from the Father, becoming worthy by teacher, and also purified by the Supreme Father, Satguru. By remembering this, you will be happy. This is supreme bliss. It's only now that you receive from the Father all these three blessings of becoming, all of these blessings of becoming master, knowledgeful and blissful. Teacher is teaching us the knowledge of the beginning, middle and the end, and blessings and blissful. It's only now that you receive from the Father all these blessings of becoming master, knowledgeful and blissful. In the Golden Age, you will not be knowledgeful. You will be Buddhus. Means you were so innocent, you would not understand anything. Lakshmi and Narayan have no knowledge at all. If they did have it, it would have continued from time immemorial, continue generation after generation. Even deities cannot experience the supreme bliss that you experience. Even the deities do not experience the supreme bliss that you. Acha, acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found again children. Love, remembrances, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. And we the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father. Dharana, in order to become deities, observe great cleanliness with your food and drink. Be cautious what you eat and what you take in, what you drink. No alcohol, no rubbish, dead bodies. In order to become deities, observe great cleanliness with your food and drink. Move along while observing all precautions. Then what we get food from outside is also because of environment polluted. What to do with that? Baba says, purify your food with the power of yoga. That's why bhog is offered. That's why he's cooking in Baba's remembrance. That's why be trustee. All these precautions are needed to make the food pure, which is not so pure at this moment, even if it is vegetarian, even it is bio, even it is vegan, whatever. It needs to be purified. Second point, we are children and students of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He is now going to take us back to his home. We are the children and the students of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He is now going to take us back to his home. Maintain this intoxication and experience super happiness, supreme happiness, and supreme bliss. Paramanand. Blessing. May you pay attention to your own tension. May you pay attention to your own tension and finish the tension of the world as a world benefactor. Explanation. When you pay greater attention to yourself, you create tension in yourself. When you pay greater attention to yourself, you create tension in yourself. It means that only you are focusing what you have to remove. But in fact, what it is that you are responsible for others as well. So instead of creating expansion, become stable in the form of the essence. Merge through thoughts of quantity. So instead of creating expansion, going into detail, become stable in the form of essence. And merge thoughts of quantity. That is quantity. Now it is quantity. Quantity. It's quantity. And have thoughts of quality. Less thoughts. Create less thoughts and create quality thoughts. First of all, pay attention to your own tension. You will then be able to finish all them, all the many waste thoughts, many type of tension in the world, and become a world benefactor. First of all, look at your own self. Self-service is first. Then you serve. When you serve yourself, others then will be automatically be served. Slogan: in order to experience yoga, control your mind with the power of determination. In order to experience yoga, control your mind with the power of determination. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. I think this one, what Baba speaking, it is when expansion is there, energy we are losing, and we become in the essence into just quality thought, but number is less. Then we are able to become powerful and essence-full. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. It's a music inside, music outside. Beautiful joy in the environment. Okay.
You have any memories maybe of this?
Yeah, so this is all of this. All will be there in Baba's heart. So we are just there in Madhuban.
Did you meet Mama here?
Yes. We all of us are here in Baba's place, Mother's place, Mama. Swing here, Baba and Mama. Okay.
Thank you.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.